The Bay of Naples, a crescent of azure water embracing fertile lands, has long been a cradle of civilization. For centuries, its shores teemed with life, fostering vibrant communities under the Mediterranean sun. Dominating this picturesque landscape stood Mount Vesuvius, an imposing sentinel watching over the bustling Roman cities below. Its slopes, rich with volcanic soil, promised abundant harvests, lulling inhabitants into a profound sense of security. This seemingly benign giant held within its depths a power capable of shattering all notions of permanence. Beneath Vesuvius's shadow lay Pompeii, a thriving city of approximately 20,000 souls. Its streets, paved with volcanic rock, echoed with the daily rhythms of Roman life. Merchants hawked their wares, politicians debated in the forum, and families gathered in richly decorated homes. Temples dedicated to various gods dotted the urban fabric, alongside bathhouses, taverns, and vibrant marketplaces. This was a city deeply immersed in the cultural and economic pulse of the Roman Empire, a testament to human ingenuity and communal endeavor. For generations, Vesuvius had slumbered, its true volcanic nature largely forgotten or misunderstood. Ancient texts hinted at past eruptions, but these warnings faded into myth and legend over time. The mountain's fertile slopes were cultivated, vineyards flourished, and villas were built with little apprehension. A significant earthquake in 62 AD, causing widespread damage throughout the region, offered a stark premonition. Yet, even this violent tremor, which saw much of Pompeii rebuilt, failed to fully awaken the populace to the mountain's latent fury. Then, on August 24, 79 AD, the tranquility shattered. Early morning tremors gave way to more violent shaking, accompanied by ominous rumblings from the mountain's peak. Around midday, a colossal plume of ash, pumice, and gas erupted skyward, forming a dark, pine tree-shaped cloud. This Plinian column rose miles into the stratosphere, an apocalyptic spectacle visible for hundreds of miles. The sun vanished, replaced by an eerie, perpetual twilight that descended upon the Bay of Naples. Soon, a rain of lightweight pumice stones and ash began to fall upon Pompeii. Initially, residents might have been confused, perhaps even curious, before panic set in. The sky darkened further, and the air grew thick with choking dust. Roofs began to collapse under the accumulating weight of debris, trapping many within their homes. Some attempted to flee, navigating the increasingly treacherous streets, while others sought shelter, hoping the nightmare would pass. As the Plinian column eventually collapsed under its own weight, the true instruments of Pompeii's preservation were unleashed. Pyroclastic flows, superheated avalanches of gas, ash, and volcanic rock, began to race down the mountain's flanks. These flows moved at incredible speeds, often exceeding 100 miles per hour, and reached temperatures of several hundred degrees Celsius. They were utterly inescapable, a force of nature that incinerated everything in its path. The first pyroclastic surges reached Pompeii in the early hours of August 25, delivering instant, devastating death. The intense heat caused immediate thermal shock, instantaneously freezing bodies in their final, desperate postures. Flesh was vaporized, but the rigid structures of bones and the surrounding ash hardened around them, creating cavities. These rapid, suffocating flows enveloped the city completely, preserving its every detail under a thick blanket. Layer upon layer of ash and pumice rapidly buried Pompeii, sealing it away from the elements. The city was entombed under a depth of up to 20 feet, transforming it into a vast, natural time capsule. This unique burial created an anaerobic environment, preventing decay and preserving organic materials in extraordinary detail. For nearly 1,700 years, Pompeii lay undisturbed, its existence slowly fading from human memory, a forgotten city beneath an altered landscape. The city's rediscovery in the 18th century was largely accidental, stumbled upon during the construction of an aqueduct. Early excavations were often haphazard and destructive, driven by a desire for treasures and artifacts. Many precious items were removed without proper documentation, and the broader context of the city's tragic end was not fully understood. It was a period of both revelation and irreparable loss for the nascent field of archaeology. A turning point arrived in the mid-19th century with Giuseppe Fiorelli, who introduced systematic excavation methods. His most profound innovation was the technique of making plaster casts. Fiorelli realized that where human or animal bodies had decayed within the hardened ash, they left hollow voids. By carefully injecting plaster into these cavities, he could create perfect replicas of the victims in their final moments. These casts offered a chilling, visceral connection to the tragedy, revealing faces contorted in agony, hands shielding children, or bodies huddled together. Through these casts and the meticulously preserved structures, Pompeii offers an unparalleled window into Roman daily life. Frescoes still adorn the walls of villas, depicting myths, landscapes, and scenes of domesticity. Graffiti scrawled on walls provides insights into common language, humor, and political sentiments. Shops display their wares, complete with bread still in ovens, and tools lie abandoned at workshops. The city is a frozen tableau, every detail speaking volumes about a vanished world. The architecture of Pompeii, from grand public buildings to modest private dwellings, stands remarkably preserved. The intricate plumbing systems, the sophisticated network of streets, and the elaborate bath complexes reveal the advanced engineering of the Roman Empire. One can walk through the Forum, imagine the bustling crowds, or sit in the amphitheater, envisioning the spectacles that once captivated thousands. The urban planning itself is a testament to Roman ingenuity. The preserved homes and public spaces provide rich data on social stratification and daily routines. From the lavish multi-roomed residences of the wealthy, adorned with mosaics and gardens, to the smaller apartments and shops of the working class, a clear picture emerges. The remnants of food, the personal belongings, and even the skeletal remains reveal diets, health, and the varied lives of individuals from different societal strata. This level of detail is rare in archaeological sites. Beyond the material culture, Pompeii's most enduring legacy lies in its human dimension. The plaster casts are not merely artifacts, they are poignant memorials to individuals caught in an unimaginable catastrophe. They show parents embracing children, slaves chained to their posts, and gladiators in their barracks. These silent figures bear witness to the terror and despair of the final moments, transcending time to tell their stories. No other archaeological site offers such a complete and instantaneous snapshot of Roman life. It is not a ruin slowly eroded by time, but a city abruptly halted in mid-stride. This unique preservation allows scholars to study a specific moment in history with extraordinary precision, revealing the nuances of Roman society, economy, and culture that written records alone cannot convey. Pompeii is a living document, frozen in volcanic stone. Today, Vesuvius remains an active volcano, a constant reminder of the destructive power it unleashed upon Pompeii. Its cone looms over the modern cities of Naples and its surrounding towns, home to millions of people. Scientists meticulously monitor its every tremor and gas emission, employing sophisticated instruments to detect any signs of renewed activity. The lessons of 79 AD are not forgotten, shaping preparedness and emergency plans for the densely populated region. An extensive network of seismographs, tiltmeters, and gas sensors constantly tracks Vesuvius's internal movements and emissions. This vigilant monitoring aims to provide as much warning as possible should another major eruption threaten. Evacuation plans are regularly updated and practiced, a stark acknowledgement that while the past cannot be changed, the future can be prepared for. The mountain's long silence since 1944 is merely a temporary reprieve. The very forces that brought about Pompeii's destruction were also responsible for its remarkable preservation. The catastrophic eruption, a moment of unimaginable terror, paradoxically ensured the city's immortality. It transformed a vibrant Roman city into an archaeological marvel, a testament to both nature's destructive capacity and its unintended role as a curator of history. This duality defines the enduring allure of Pompeii. Pompeii serves as a profound historical lesson, a stark reminder of humanity's vulnerability in the face of natural forces. It teaches about the impermanence of even the grandest civilizations and the suddenness with which life can be irrevocably altered. Yet, it also speaks to resilience, to the ceaseless human endeavor to build, to live, and to create beauty, even in the shadow of potential catastrophe. The city's silence echoes with universal truths. Through the ash and stone, the voices of Pompeii still resonate, speaking across 2 millennia. They whisper tales of everyday joys and sorrows, of ambition and despair, of lives lived and abruptly ended. In its frozen state, Pompeii reminds one that while individual lives may be fleeting, the human story, with all its triumphs and tragedies, endures. It stands as a powerful, silent monument to time's passage, to nature's might, and to the enduring, fragile essence of existence itself. The city, once consumed by fire and ash, now eternally illuminates the human condition.